Level 1. The Intern. You are sitting in a classroom on the 14th floor of 250 Vesey Street. There is free breakfast behind you. There are ping pong tables down the hall. Everyone is wearing a t-shirt. You think, this doesn't look like the most competitive workplace on earth. That is the first test. You are already failing it. The curriculum assumes you know nothing about finance. It is not being generous. It is measuring how fast you move from nothing to something. You sit through classes on options theory, probability, information theory, and poker. You work on a research project beside a mentor who has been trading since before you could drive. You run mock trading sessions where simulated capital moves based on your decisions. Some of your ideas will go into production on a real desk this week. They are not doing you a favor. They are watching what you do under pressure with something real at stake. Every lunch is an evaluation. Every question you ask in class is logged somewhere in someone's memory. The senior traders eat with you and laugh at your jokes, and never once let on that they are grading you on a scale you cannot see. The catch is this: the internship lasts 11 weeks. There is no midterm review. There is no letter grade. At the end, they either want you or they don't. You will not know which way it's going until it's over. You smile through every lunch. You are always performing. Level 2. The New Grad Trader. Your first paycheck is a direct deposit for $25,000. It is a monthly base. You are 22 years old. You do not tell your parents the number. You sit with it alone in your apartment at 11 at night, still in the clothes you wore to the office, and you feel something that is not quite happiness. It is closer to vertigo. You are on the trading floor now. 4 monitors, a headset, a small assigned book of positions worth maybe 20 million in notional exposure. The screens show numbers you mostly understand. You run strategies that senior traders have already designed. You execute their framework, and you study why it works. You build your own models after hours. You bring ideas to the desk on Thursday mornings. Some of them are interesting. Some of them reveal that you still don't understand something fundamental. Both outcomes are useful information for the people above you. When a senior trader walks over to watch you make a decision, you feel it before you hear him. He says nothing. He just watches. You make the call. He goes back to his desk. You will not know if that was right for 3 days. The firm paid you $300,000 because they believe you are exceptional. Now, the clock is running. There is no rulebook for what happens if you aren't. Level 3. The Established Trader. You walk in at 7 in the morning and you own a book. 200 million in notional. Yours. No one handed it to you in a ceremony. One day it was someone else's, and then adjustments were made, and now it is yours. And the only announcement was the change on a screen. Your strategy runs in live markets while you sleep. It is thousands of lines of code you wrote, tested, and argued for in front of people who had been doing this since before you graduated high school. It makes thousands of micro decisions per hour. On a good day, it earns $4 million before lunch. On a bad day, it loses 6. You do not celebrate the good days or mourn the bad ones. You study both. New traders orbit your desk now. They ask you questions the way you used to ask questions. You answer by asking questions back. That is how it was done to you. You understand now that the teaching was never separate from the trading. They are the same thing here. The firm made $10 billion last quarter. You contributed a real number to that. Your bonus will reflect the firm's $10 billion, not your number. That was the agreement when you joined. Collective profits, collective pay. Some days you believe in it completely. Today, you believe in it mostly. Level 4. The Strategy Owner. There is a new asset class on your screens this morning. You put it there. 6 months ago, it did not exist at Jane Street. You built the infrastructure, wrote the risk framework, argued the case in front of the risk committee until the objections ran out. Now it trades. Now it earns. Your daily reality is no longer about individual trades. It is about whether the architecture is right. You manage the P and L of an entire product vertical. You sit in risk committee meetings now. You are in the same room as people who have been running this firm for 15 years. They ask your opinion. You give it clearly. When they push back, you hold the line or you yield, and everyone in the room notes which one you did and files it somewhere. A junior researcher brings you an idea that is almost correct. You see the flaw in 90 seconds. You do not say what it is. You ask questions until they find it themselves. You remember being on the other side of that conversation. A bad quarter at this level means the risk committee examines your product. You built this book. If it breaks publicly, you are the one associated with the breaking. The upside of ownership is enormous. So is the surface area. Level 5. The principal. You are in a conference room at 6:45 in the morning with 3 traders and 2 engineers. There is no agenda because you called the meeting and you did not send one. You have a theory about a pricing inefficiency in European fixed income ETFs. If you are right, it is a billion-dollar opportunity that no one has touched. You are going to find out if you are right by saying it out loud to people smart enough to dismantle it. You no longer manage a strategy. You design them. You identify markets Jane Street is not in yet and build the case for entering them. You work in time horizons measured in years, not minutes. You present theses to the senior partners, and you defend them under questioning that feels like an oral dissertation and a poker game at the same time. When a senior partner says, "Let's run it," that sentence moves $500 million. The feedback loop is now years long. A wrong call at this level does not show up until it is too late to easily adjust. The strategy you proposed 18 months ago lost money for 6 weeks. You did not sleep well during those 6 weeks. Then week 7 arrived, and the thesis played out exactly as modeled. The desk made $60 million in 4 days. Nobody threw a party. You sat at your desk and opened the next problem. Level 6, the desk head. You walk onto the floor at 6:45. The traders on your desk look up, not to greet you, to calibrate. The way you move across the floor, the way you hold your coffee, tells them something about your read on today. You know this. You have known it for years. You hold the coffee steadily. You run a desk of 40 people. You control the hiring, the strategy direction, the risk limits. You sit on the management committee. Your vote shapes what the firm becomes. You are one of roughly 40 people who hold equity in Jane Street. There is a document with your name on it that entitles you to a fraction of $24 billion. You do not discuss the document. Nobody here discusses the document. They are simply owners. Junior traders on your desk do not know what happens in the committee meetings. That asymmetry is part of the job. You carry information they cannot have yet. Decisions made in rooms they have not been invited into. You veto a trader's strategy today, not because it is wrong, because the firm cannot absorb the regulatory exposure right now. He will understand this in 3 years. Tonight you are still at your desk at 7 p.m. The floor is empty. This is the thing they cannot see from below. At this level, the work has no end time. Level 7. The founding partner. You have been here since the firm had 80 employees. You remember when the ETF desk was 2 people and a model that ran on a laptop. Now Jane Street accounts for 41% of U.S. bond ETF trading volume. Now it generates $10 billion in a single quarter. You did not build all of this, but you were in the room when the decisions were made that made all of this possible. That room is the only title you have ever held. You wear a t-shirt. You have more money than you will spend in 3 lifetimes. The t-shirt is not carelessness. The t-shirt is a statement about what this place decided to be, and you helped decide it. People in this building who have been here 10 years still watch how you move through a conversation. They measure whether you are engaged or merely present. They remember every sentence you say in a meeting and examine it afterward for meaning you may not have intended. You cannot turn this off. You have not been able to turn it off for 20 years. One day, the meetings will stop, including you. You are aware of this. You have watched it happen to others who built things here and were then outgrown by what they built. You do not know when your day is. The firm has no retirement ceremony, no gold watch, no announcement. The door simply stays closed one time and does not open again. You open your laptop. There is still a problem that needs solving. There is always still a problem that needs solving. That is the reason you came in at 23, and it is the reason you are still here now. The money came. The power came. The equity came. What never came was permission to stop. You never asked for it. That is the thing they don't tell you at level 1. You would not have believed it anyway.